Is an immense pleasure to have here Dr. Tiina Meder, who is a dermatologist, skincare specialist, and who has a wonderful brand of skincare, which is it fair to say it's based all around probiotics and peptides?
Yeah, peptides and probiotics, that's my passion.
And it's quite unusual to have a skincare brand based on those. We've all been talking in the skincare, like journalists or whatever, about vitamin C and retinoids and things. And you've moved away from those. And in fact, you were so certain when you set up your skincare line that when nobody would fund a business doing skincare with probiotics and peptides, I gather, did you actually sell your home in order to set it up?
Yeah, but it speaks more about my husband than about me. So I just came with this idea and he was like, let's rent.
Yeah,
you can realize it.
But it's been a great learning curve for me to hear you talking about. Can you talk a bit about why probiotics and peptides are such important ingredients for the skin, and why they're such a good idea for sensitive skin?
Yeah, because, I started as a cosmetic safety expert. I am a dermatologist, but I specialized in the safety. So I am this bad guy who stay in the corner and kill all the idea of the formulators, because everything looks like not so safe. Something travel to the bloodstream, something can sensitize the skin. And one day in 2006, I believe, I've been at the conference and they've been presentation of peptides and probiotics on the same day. And the first time in my professional life, I've seen ingredients which are even more efficient than traditional ingredients, like better than retinol. But in the same time, so much safer, because they're biologically identical, they penetrate into the skin easily, but in the same time, they're naturally absorbed by our body. Because what is peptide? It's a chain of amino acid. Once it's worked, it's absorbed by our body and used for building muscles or joints or skin structure. And I was so excited about it because it is the future of skincare. So I came to the brand which I worked for. I was head of international training in the big brand, and I was like, it is the future. We should do it because it will change everything. Everything has been since the moment peptides and probiotics being introduced on the market. But they didn't believe this idea.
Okay.
So I was so frustrated. And I came home and I was telling my husband, it is a genius idea, I don't want to do it. And that was the moment then he told, okay, let's sell, let's rent. And you can do it yourself. Yeah.
And what the skincare is particularly good at is supporting the skin's microbiome. We all know about the gut microbiome. We've been learning a lot about that and about the relationship of the gut to the skin. But I think I certainly don't know that much yet, though I'm learning about the skin microbiome. Could you explain exactly what it is and why it's so important for healthy skin?
Actually, the skin microbiome, it is a really big part of our body microbiome, because the skin, it is only organ exposed. We can see it, it's only visible organ. I suppose then if we can see kidney, people will come to aesthetic doctors asking for the right kidney treatment to get it exactly like the left. But we see skin only. And our skin is covered by billions and billions of microorganisms. We have about probably 1.5 kilos bacteria and fungi and everything living on our skin. And we have more microbiome cells in our skin than our cells. And they interacting constantly with skin cells, teaching them to get immune response, to produce collagen, to produce hyaluronic acid. Water holding capacity of the skin, they build it on the microbiome. And we didn't know about it until 2007, 2009, because the project of microbiome just started at this time. And now we understand that you cannot separate skin from the microbiome because they're working together. It's kind of ecosystem. So formulating skincare, we should think about the microbiome because we should address microbiome. We can ask bacteria and fungi produce substances for us.
Okay. And how do we know if our skin microbiome is upset? If I ask you anything that you've just talked about, do tell me off, because I can't hear everything you're saying. Because
sorry.
But no. Just because we want to have the screen there, and I don't want to wear the headphones or it'll look odd. But how do we know when our skin microbiome isn't happy?
Actually, it's easy to feel because your skin feels uncomfortable when your microbiome is uncomfortable. When your microbiome is happy, your skin is happy.
Yeah.
So all signs of discomfort, like irritation, itchiness, kind of tightening effect, dryness of the skin, inflammation, it is always signs of disturbed microbiome.
Okay, and those are a lot of things that we might associate with sensitive skin, or our skin having become sensitive because of a microbiome imbalance.
It is a really good example because sensitive skin is always has this microbiome part disturbed. And now we have specific treatments for sensitive skin restoring the microbiome health.
Okay.
So it works well for skin as well.
Yeah. And does the microbiome also play a role in how our skin heals after treatments, if we're doing something like a laser or injectables?
Yeah, and it is always important to prepare the microbiome for this. I will not say the word aggression, but sometimes it is a real aggression, like with laser. We literally burn out the surface of the skin with the microbiome inside. Microbiome can restore itself, but it takes time. And when the microbiome is healthy, it's living not only on the skin surface, it's living deeper in the deeper layer as well. And if you prepare the microbiome and restore the balance before the treatment, it really speeds up the healing process. It makes it smooth and delicate and very comfortable. So I always suggest to use prebiotic, probiotic skincare, but also probiotic supplements before going for the treatment. Because
so you've got it inside out.
Yeah, because it's an axis.
Approach.
Gut and skin, they're communicating with each other.
Yeah.
So we can affect the skin from the surface, but from the inner side as well.
Yeah. And your skin is a lovely example of how well these things work. I want to ask about how your skincare supports the microbiome. But first, what's really bad for the skin microbiome? What are the things we should not be doing?
It's an amazing question. What we now, our new understanding of the microbiome, it's really changed the whole concept of the skincare, because everything what you apply on your skin affects the microbiome. And even now, we don't use this terminology like microbiome friendly, because microbiome friendly, it means it does nothing to microbiome. So everything which is unfriendly should not be used without some kind of specific recommendation, because we should maintain our microbiome healthy. Everything could change pH of the skin can be disturbing for the microbiome, because microbiome is really specific for the pH. Your skin pH should be 4.9, 4.85 probably. Everything which acidifies too much will kill the part of the microbiome. So
acids, salicylic acids, we're also keen on all these acids for glow and toning. Is that not a good idea?
It depends on the concentration, because when it is less than 2% of salicylic acid, it can be pretty much harmless, but higher than 2%. It can affect the skin. Also, everything disinfecting, like benzoyl peroxide, chlorhexidine, alcohol, and many of essential oils.
Essential oils.
Yeah, and that's very tricky, and actually not a lot of people knows about it.
Because so many skincare products are fragranced with essential oils. You look at limonene and linalool, which are two derivatives of essential oils. They are in 96% of personal care things, aren't they? I mean, you see, I only know this because I have someone in my family who's sensitive to those. And once you start looking, you see it's in washing powders, you see it's in everything.
And it is antibacterial. That's what we loved about essential oils, because they're so hygienic, they're antibacterial, they're antiviral, but at the same time, they kill the microbiome.
They kill the microbiome. And what about hypochlorous sprays like Clinisept and things? Is that okay?
Also, it can be harmful, unfortunately. I'm sorry for being
Right. So how do we support the microbiome? how are your skincare products so good for supporting the microbiome? That's what we want to know. Because they are fab. And I mean, I have colleagues, sorry to talk over you, but I have colleagues who have sensitive skin, prone to redness. They are absolutely devoted to your cream in a way that few people get that keen about skincare. So how are they so special? What are they doing?
First of all, we are trying to keep all these precious lipids in the skin surface because that's called metabolome of the skin. So all the combination of lipids and different kind of water-holding substances, minerals, vitamins in the skin, they're very important for the skin health. So we try to preserve it. So we are using a lot of healthy lipids like ceramides, squalane, organic oils with vitamins, and my favorite is niacinamide, vitamin B3. Also, we use hyaluronic acid, aloe vera juice, plant extract to restore the hydration of the skin because microbiome is thriving in the higher water content. It's like, living things, they live when the water is here. They cannot live in the desert. So we hydrate the skin a lot, and also we add specific substances which feed good microbiome and which they're not toxic for the bad microbiome, but the bad microbiome cannot use them as the feeding substances. So we are promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria, and we are controlling the growth of all pro-inflammatory bacteria.
Wow.
And after, for some specific purposes, for example, when we need to treat the pigmentation, now we know that there are 7 types of bacteria promoting the synthesis of pigment in the skin. That's really new.
Yeah.
Isn't it exciting? Yeah. But there are 6 types of bacteria which suppress the synthesis of pigment. And fun fact, 3 of them are found in the Greek yogurt. So that's actually amazing.
So drinking water can be contributing.
Actually, and there are now some new research that during the pigmentation treatment, it really helps to drink yogurt at least 3-4 times a week. But in the same time, this bacteria from the yogurt, they really create this antioxidant lightening microbiome on the skin. So it's really helpful. If someone is suffering from acne, we have specific probiotics which we literally transplant onto the skin with prebiotics suppressing the growth of acne cutie bacteria, so we add it to the formulation. Same for rosacea, slightly different probiotics and prebiotics. For mature skin, for menopausal skin, we have specific probiotics now. So now we have probiotics and prebiotics, literally for everything. And even now in the diagnostic, it's such a revolution that probably in the upcoming years, we can predict the menopause by analyzing skin microbiome, because actually skin microbiome is changing 5-7 years before menopause starting. So we can really plan it.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be amazing to start hormonal replacement therapy?
Phenomenal.
Earlier? It's phenomenal.
So this is really specific, your skincare. It's not just kind of...
That's why we are not in the retail.
Yeah, for sure, because you need probably proper advice before you start. So how does one begin to build a routine based around your skincare? And do you need to use just your products to get the most benefit out of this, rather than combining them with whatever we've got on the bathroom shelf?
Obviously,
ideally,
being a brand founder, I'm very tempted to say use there only. But I'm realistic. Everyone has favorite cleanser or favorite moisturizer, so we are trying to implement at least one of probiotic, prebiotic, microbiome controlling product into the skincare routine if we can. But I am all for minimalist skincare. So for me, the basic skincare is cleanser, antioxidant serum, which everyone needs in the modern world, and the moisturizer enriched with prebiotics, probiotics. When you have some problem, you introduce the specific product like Active Care for 5, 8, maybe 10 weeks. So if you already have your skincare routine, you can take only Active Care from Meder and introduce it into your skincare routine before applying the moisturizer. But also, obviously, it's possible to build the whole skincare routine. I love gentle cleanser, enriched with prebiotics and probiotics. We have different types for sensitive skin and for resilient skin. It's not so complicated.
Okay.
Antioxidant serum and active care product and moisturizer. We have moisturizer for all skin types.
Sure. And if we take up with a regime that's going to look after our microbiome, how long is it before we will see changes of some sort in our skin?
The skin renewal cycle, it's about 28 days.
Yeah, or a bit longer if you're a bit older.
It's very much simplified because 28 days, it's kind of 28 years old healthy woman.
Yeah, okay.
And when you are in your 50, it will be more like 40 days.
Yeah.
So it can take longer. So speaking about the mature skin, when we're speaking about some kind of elasticity benefits, you should give it at least 5 weeks to see results, being realistic. But for sensitive skin, paradoxically, it's easier.
Really?
Because you can restore the skin comfort faster.
Okay.
It will not for results realized in the tip skin layer. It still will take weeks.
Yeah.
But for example, for rosacea, you can calm down the skin in the first days of use. You will feel better. It will be less red, but it's better to continue because to get long-lasting results, consistency is the key.
Okay.
So I always say, when you start to use new products, no matter what the brand, give it 5 weeks at least. Because some people
I think people want an instant result, but
you know, this review on the website, sometimes I'm so frustrated. Like, I'm not completely happy with your anti-redness concentrate because I use samples. Sample 2 milliliters. It is better, but it's not eliminated my redness. Obviously, it couldn't.
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of hero products that you have that I hear people talking about time and time again. One is Red Apax.
Yeah,
Apax,
quite
Apax,
Red Apax. Actually, I launched this product when we lived in France, and I suppose that everyone speaks French. Mistake.
Oh. But what is Red Apax, and why is it so popular?
It is a combination of the neurotherapy of the skin. So we are addressing nervous system in the skin because rosacea, it is a condition very much related to the nervous system, alongside with microbiome. So we are using mushroom extract to bind receptors. I was invited to be part of the team developing the painkiller, natural painkiller for the skin. And this mushroom which we used, it was a part of the traditional Viking medicine. They used it as a painkiller. But what is good for Vikings, it's not good for women.
No?
Yeah, they enjoyed it, but it doesn't work like a real painkiller. It makes things better, but you still feel pain. But I just found during this experimentation then, it's really calmed down the redness. And it happened to be that they're able to bind the redness receptors alongside with pain receptors. So, and after the first application, it can bind up to 30% of redness receptors. So 30% of redness can go in the first day.
Right down.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also we are using lactic bacteria, living bacteria, and specific prebiotics. Part of them they extracted from yacun, Mexican water chestnut. And it works really great because it hydrates the skin and calms down the skin. We cannot cure rosacea.
Yeah.
But we can keep it under control.
Manage it is about
so it really helps to manage.
Okay, thank you. Now, one product of yours I particularly love is the Blepharo-rich eye cream.
Thank you.
Can you talk a bit about that and what makes it so different? Because called Blepharo-rich, you'd expect some great waxy sort of balm, but it's not. It's really light, but it's very effective.
Yeah, because when we call it rich, we have another product which we call light, because it's really lightweight. So it's rich as opposite to the light.
Yes, yeah.
It's based on the olive squalane. Olive squalane.
Okay,
And jojoba oil. It is a basis, so it's very skin identical. When you apply it, it's really absorbed by the skin, but also it's enriched with probiotic from Polynesian atolls, which helps to restore the wholeness of the skin, so it becomes less fragile. It takes about 3 or 4 weeks, and it really strengthens the skin. And also we are using specific peptides, which boost the synthesis of specific collagen for the eye area. So it's anti-wrinkles, but at the same time, it restores the comfort of the skin with probiotics, because actually the skin is inflamed in this area, and we don't feel it. But when you calm down the inflammation, It
You see the
really
difference?
helps the rest. Yeah, it's
Wow. It's so complex. It's
complex.
what I love. I love all the detail of the science, but you explain it very well. One last question, because I'm aware that we must finish, but then I know you'll be on your stand if people have
Yeah.
specific questions.
Type it on
I just
the
wanted to
question.
ask, looking ahead, how do you see microbiome research shaping the sort of future of anti-aging and clinical skincare?
Now it's really an exciting moment because now when I take part in the microbiome conference in States or in the Europe, they ask me like, "You've been such a pioneer 16 years ago." I feel really old when they tell me this.
Just a compliment.
Yeah, but now there are hundreds of brands who are starting to work on it, and even better, finally, it's coming to the dermatology. So this understanding helps us to help skin better. And when you treat the microbiome, when you understand how to restore the microbiome balance, it restores all skin functionality because how the skin looks, it's not defined, it is function. And with traditional skincare, what we did for so many years, we have tried to restore the skin appearance without thinking so much about the functionality of the skin. Now we restore the skin functions and it makes the skin looks better because healthy skin always looks younger, always looks happier, and it happened to be so much easier to delegate this job to the microbiome because when billions of microorganisms they're working in the perfect synergy, skin cells they're just taking orders and doing whatever they ask to do. So it's not only about the skincare, it's about the medicine. I think it's probably our new hope when we're speaking about active longevity. Microbiome is the key. And I think that it's not chemicals, but probably probiotics and prebiotics, which bring us another 20 years of active life. It's a really next future.
My goodness, so interesting. Tiina, thank you so much. Really
so
appreciate your time, and you'll be on the stand if any of you guys have specific questions.
You're so welcome.
Tiina Meder, thank you very much.